What's up, everyone? Teddy Striker here, and in this one, it's gonna be a showcase of who I think the fighter of the year was. I did a part 1 to this with Alex Ferreira. And this is the second part with Alexander Volkanovski. Honestly, between him and Alex Ferreira, I wasn't quite sure who he was, but I'm gonna explain to you why Volk is my second pick. And he's had a great year. He won 2-0. Defended his belt twice. He wasn't too active in 2020 or 2021. He just fought once a year there, but this year he really stepped up. He had two fights like early on the year. And the reason he couldn't fight in the end of the year is because he had a left hand injury. But he was actually available. He was ready to be the backup for UFC 280's main event between Oliveira and Makhachev. And, he wasn't... After that fight, it was basically like... They basically were like, yeah, we're going to do Volk versus Islam in Perth. So that's why he couldn't defend against someone like Josh Emmett or Arnold Allen. And me personally, I don't think Yair Rodriguez deserves a title shot, but, that's a different video for another day. But as for Volk, it's like every fight he keeps improving. He's getting better every time we see him. Getting sharper, getting faster. He's really getting faster. And he's always had that sort of power. But he's really putting it all together. And you saw that in the Korean Zombie fight. He just everyone thought the Zombie was kind of washed up after that fight. But he just beat down Max Holloway for 5 rounds. And then we're like, okay, well, he's just getting better. He's like the difference between the second Holloway fight and the third is just wow. You think it's 2 different fighters fighting Holloway. But, yeah, he's come a long way. Now he's the pound-for-pound number 1 fighter. Obviously, Usman lost to Leon Edwards. And Adesanya lost as well. So there's no one else that made sense to be number 1 outside of Volk. Now Islam's number 2, so Islam and Volk are going to be fighting early next year in Perth. And I can't wait for this matchup. But overall, Volk has had a great year. 2 title defenses, 2 great performances. I would say kind of flawless. But he was busted up a bit in the Max Holloway fight. He was bleeding as well in the Ortega fight. But it seems like that cut is a bit easier for him to get it open now. But overall, he's really the fact that he's doing that at 5'6" is even more impressive, because you look at a striker like Adesanya, he's really good, but his physical attributes has a lot to do with it, his height and reach. And when you're a striker, you're fighting on the outside, it's obviously much easier to be the longer guy. But Volk, he does a really good job of mixing in fighting on the outside, and then just just blasting you with huge shots in close range. And he's got the clinch and he can grapple too. But as for next year for Volk, I felt it was a bit soon for him to go for the double champ status, because I don't feel the division is cleared yet. Obviously there's Josh Emmett coming up. I feel like he deserves a title shot. And then there's Arnold Allen. He also deserves a title shot. And it's kind of frustrating, because some of these guys are ranked so high, but based off they can be inactive for a long period of time, and then they're still gonna be ranked just as high. And I feel like the quality of your wins should determine your placement in the rankings. For example, I think Ortega is ranked number 3, but I feel like he should be down slightly lower. Same with Yair Rodriguez. I mean, he hasn't fought in a long time. He got a fluke win over Ortega, where his arm got injured, and then he went to war with Holloway. But outside of that, he beat the Zombie a while back, but he was inactive and missing USADA tests, which you never know when to do that. But the champion is being more active. It's kind of how it was with Usman when he was a champion. Like, there was guys like Kobe Covington just sitting out, like beating Woodley and then getting a title shot. Same with Masvidal. He literally like didn't do anything, then he got a rematch. But either way, yeah, Volk's just been pretty active, and I hope he wins this fight against Islam. But and that's a tough fight. Like, those guys like Team Khabib, they're really, really good, and like their grappling is like elite, and he's gonna be much bigger than Volk. No, like guys like Oliveira, like he's bigger than Volk, and like Volk's coming up from one weight class. He doesn't have too much trouble making featherweight, but like Islam, like that dude struggles to make weight. Yeah, like Khabib missed weight I think a few times. Not too sure about Islam, but those guys are huge. If Volk gets past it though, what I would love to see him do is obviously fight the winner of the interim title between Josh Emmett and Yair Rodriguez. If he does that, and then maybe gets another featherweight fight in against Arnold Allen, then honestly he'd be fighter of the year again. If he can do that, like becoming double champ, like I don't see what else can really top that. Like I don't see who could stand out as the fighter of the year next year. But the future is bright for Volk. It seems like his time is coming now. Yeah, it's just a really, really tough matchup. I feel like the Oliveira fight would have been better for Volk, but because Oliveira is more striking based, if the fight gets to the ground, like that's like he's not gonna actively try to get it down there like Makhachev. But Makhachev is really good, really great defense, great wrestling. It's gonna be tough, but hopefully Volk wins this. But anyways, guys, hopefully you guys enjoy this series of the fight of the year and knockout of the year.